Hello, witchy people. Before I start, I have to say, if you can see anything weird going on behind me, it's just because my cat is on the windowsill. And occasionally she flicks her tail up and it looks like I've got something weird going on my head. So, apart from that, You Tube Pagan Challenge 2018, and the next letter I choose is M. Could have been so much. Once again, you could have picked for M. Obviously, there's magic and mystery and moon, especially as coming up on the 31st of January. It's not only a blue moon, it is also a super blood moon, which unfortunately in Britain we won't be able to see. I don't think we are eastward enough to see it. Anyway, M. My choice for M is two things that are actually becoming increasingly important. Well, one of them anyway is becoming increasingly important for me, and that's memory. And obviously with the problems that I have, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know I do have a certain amount of brain problems, and my memory it's not just fading, it does play tricks on me somewhat. it's a bit, my memory's a bit wonky. So that has played a huge part in the way I live as a pagan, as a witch, because I never had a grimoire before, and so I do now, because I decided that I had to write everything down and keep a record of things so that I could remember, so that as my memory faded, I wouldn't forget everything. It would be there in not just black and white, but all sorts of colours. So that's it. But it's not just that. That is an important part. That is one part. Of course, the other important part about memory is that is what my whole path and my whole tradition is based on, is the memory I have of, I said it for my letter K, sitting in the kitchen, whether it's my own kitchen when I was growing up or my grandparents' kitchen, and being taught, you know, just simple things. And I wasn't being taught to be a witch, don't get me wrong there. I was being taught how my grandparents did things. I was being taught about, you know, how to grow my own fruits and vegetables and all sorts, and I was being taught folklore and such like. So these memories are actually really important to me, because as you may well know, my pathway is very much cemented in folklore and superstition even, and like old weather lore and old wives' tales. So memory is incredibly important to me, and it's, as I say, as my memory has been affected, this is what's urged me on to really cement my path, not just sort of cement it here on the internet, but to get it down on pen, well, not pen and paper, but computer, printer and paper, and try to remember and recall these things. And one way that does help me recall a lot of things and keep this memory bit alive in my head is music, which is my second M. And I think for a lot of people, music is very, very much linked with memory. You hear a piece of music and it quite often triggers something in your head where you'll remember something, someone, or somewhere. You'll even remember tastes and smells associated with this piece of music, you know, from where you were or who you were with. So that's really important, because certain pieces of music will trigger memories, and that helps me in my tradition and in my pathway, because I mean, I've got notebooks all over the place. There are probably half a dozen notebooks at least just within grasp here on my desk, and I will completely go through them, and I won't remember half of what I wrote, but what I wrote is memories that have been jogged by music, or even from phrases that people have said, but music especially plays a huge part in jogging that memory and getting those memories out of my head and down on paper so that I remember them for a long time. At least that's the plan. And I think as well, not just for hedge witches, but any tradition within, you know, any pagan tradition, any tradition during the witch path, memory does play an awful big part. And obviously for a lot of people as well, a lot of witches, music is very important as well. But these are the words I chose for my pagan YouTube challenge because they are specifically very important to me. So there we go. That's my YouTube Pagan Challenge 2018, letter M. And now I'm going back to bed. I've not been well. You can probably tell. But thank you for watching, witchy people. Have a great day, or night, or week even. And remember to always have fun. Bye for now, witchy people.